We are live again. Hello, everyone. Ahoj všichni. How is it going? I see some people are joining already, which is amazing. Thank you so much for coming. I hope you are having an amazing day. I see, yes, I see people. Hello, Rainbow sees it. Cute. How is it going? Thank you so much for coming. Amazing. Ahoy, Johanna. Hello. How are you? How is it going? How are you? Thank you so much for coming. I really appreciate that. I haven't seen you in a while. So I hope you're doing great. And today, I'm glad that you came here because last time you couldn't make it. But today, we are going to read second chapter of Basic Ako Čička. So I hope you guys are ready. Let's wait for the other people to join. But tell me more. How's it going? How are you? How is everything? Let me see about the other people. Yeah, I think we will wait. We will wait a little bit more. Yes. Amazing. So for those of you who are here for the first time, I decided to start this new concept on my YouTube channel. I decided to start this concept of bedtime stories. So we are going to be reading Czech children's stories. And the point of this video, of this live stream, is not for you to understand everything, 100% of what I'm saying, but it's important for you to surround yourself by the language and to hear how a native speaker speaks. And of course, if you understand something out of it, that will be amazing. But if not, it's totally fine. It's totally fine because I know not everybody can understand everything. That's why I'm going to read it slowly today, so you can understand properly all the words that I'm saying. But again, the point is not to understand 100%, just to hear a native speaker speaking Czech. And after that, I'm going to translate the story, because today's story is going to be very, very funny. Let me see. Johan says, everything fine. What about you? Yeah, last time I slept early, but today I remember that I have promised you to come. Thank you so much, Johan. I'm really happy that you made it. I'm really happy about that. I'm happy that you... Oh, wait. Marco is just coming to say hello because he's at his grandparents having dinner. No worries at all. Enjoy the dinner. Enjoy it a lot. And see you on another live stream. No worries at all. Coming back to Johan. Yes. Yes, all good on my side. I'm doing fine. Everything's good. New year is here. I have a lot of new projects. I have a lot of new projects going on, so I'm very excited. And I'm glad that you are here with us as well, since you are not on Instagram anymore. It's great to see you here. Thank you so much for coming once again. Ahoj, Danielo, it's Valeria from... we met at the Christmas meeting. I'm here, but I think I'm not going to understand much. But still, as you said, it's better than nothing. Exactly. Hello, thank you so much for coming. It's lovely to see you here. Yes, as I said, the point is not to understand 100% of what I'm saying. The point is just to hear a native speaker speaking Czech, which I think is very important. And afterwards, of course, I'm going to translate the story for you, so you also understand what we were talking about. So let me show you the book we are going to read. This book, I was already talking about it in the previous live. This book is a book from my childhood, but not only, it's also from childhood of my father, of my parents, and of my grandparents, because this book is nearly 100 years old, which is crazy, and it's still a classic. Every kid in the Czech Republic knows this fairy tale about a dog and a cat. So these are the two main characters of this book. And just so you know, The stories in the book are not, they don't matter. Like if you start reading from the middle of the book, it's totally fine. You can just read them completely separately. It's okay. So it's totally fine that you just came here tonight for the second chapter, because none of them make any connection apart from the main characters. So we can go into it slowly. Let me see. I'm only on YouTube and Discord, my personal server with some people else. I'm nowhere now. Plus my YouTube channel also got deleted and I recreated a new one. Oh my God, it got deleted. Why did it get deleted? I'm so sorry to hear that. Wow, grandparents time, all this gold. Enjoy, Marco. Enjoy with your grandparents. Enjoy a lot. And guys, I think we can get into it. So I'm gonna read it slowly. And if you realize that maybe I'm reading it too fast, you can let me know and I can slow down a little bit. But I'm gonna always stop in the middle and show you the pictures that are in the book. So this week's story, as you can see, is called Jak si pejsek roztrhl kaťata. Jak si pejsek roztrhl kaťata. So this story is about how the dog ripped his pants. So apparently dogs wear pants in this book. So let's have a look. So I'm gonna start reading and you can just sit down and chill a little bit, drink your tea, drink your coffee if you want, have a dinner, anything. Just feel comfortable while I'm gonna read this story for you. So let's get into it. Když ještě pejsek a kočička spolu hospodařili, však jsme o tom tuhle vypravovali, jak si šikovně umyli podlahu a jak se potom oba na slunci sušili. A měli ještě svůj domeček a vedli si v něm své hospodářství. Byla jednou velikonoční neděle a tak si řekli, že půjdou spolu na výlet. I'm peeling potatoes. Amazing. That's a perfect podcast to the background. Sluníčko pěkně svítilo. Půjdem třeba do lesa, povídá pejsek. Kam pak jinam bychom šli, když je tak hezky? I třeba do lesa, řekla kočička. Jenom škoda, že nemám žádný slunečník, když sluníčko tak krásně svítí. Dělala bych s ním v lese parádu. To jistě ještě nikdo neviděl kočičku s parapletem. Ale však ono ti to neuškodí, když tě sluníčko trochu opálí, povídal pejsek. Jsi bez tak po té dlouhé zimě nějak bledá. A teď už se dlouho neoblizuj a pojď. No, vždyť se přece musím drobátko upravit, když jdu v neděli ven, řekla na to kočička. Člověk musí přece na sebe trochu hledět. Podívej se jen na sebe, jak to vypadáš. Máš jedno ucho nahoru a druhé nakřivo. Uši se mají nosit stejně. Pejsek si narovnal uši a šli. Cestou si vykládali, co budou v lese dělat. Že si tam budou hrát na schovávanou a na Jeníčka a Mařenku a chvíli taky na honěnou. A pak, že si lehnou na modré nebe. A pak, že si lehnou na záda do trávy a budou se dívat nahoru na modré nebe. Sorry, I skipped the line. Co tak šli, koukal se na ně skřový zajíc. Začal se posmívat. Ten pejsek má jedno ucho nahoru a druhé nakřivo. Takhle. A udělal to po pejskovi. So just so you can see, now there's a new character and it's a rabbit, and the rabbit is pretending to be like the dog because the dog has one ear up and one ear down and he's laughing at him because of that. So the rabbit is just mocking the dog at this point. Byla to pravda. Pejsek si nedal na uši pozor a měl každé jinak. Koukej, on se ti posmívá, řekla kočička. Pejsek se na zajíce rozlobil a rozběhl se za ním do křoví. Ale zajíc utekl a byl už dávno pryč. Ono v tom křoví bylo moc trní, řekl pejsek, ale kdybych byl chtěl, byl bych ho dohonil. Škoda šatů do takového trní, řekla kočička a šli dál. Když tak šli, oh my god. Když tak šli, potkali je o kousek dál Milan a Milena Tarantovi z Nuslí, Mimi a Helenka Neumannovi, Věrka Lagrová a Alenka Čapková, Otík Štorchů a Boženka Samešová a obě Mazánkovic děti. A taky Zorka Kubíková a ještě jiné děti, které si tu šly na výlet. Děti se podivily, jak pěkně si tu jdou spolu pejsek s kočičkou. A ještě se za nimi ohlédli. Ale pak se začali smát. Je, volali. Koukejte, holky, koukejte, kluci, ten pejsek má roztrhané kalhoty. Haha, koukám mu z nich košile. Prý mám roztrhané kalhoty, povídá pejsek. Podívej se, kočičko, že ne? Kočička prohlídla pejska ze všech stran. Ba ano, pejsku, už to tak je. Katě jsou vzadu roztržené až hamba. So now, another picture. You can see that the cat is looking at the pants of the dog and he's asking her, no way, do you think that I have ripped my pants? And the cat is like, yeah, you literally just ripped your pants. To bude od toho, jak jsem vlítnul za tím zajícem do trní, bědoval pejsek. To je ostuda, takhle roztrhané katě, zrovna na velikonoční neděli. Kdybychom to aspoň mohli spravit. Nemáš sebou nit? To nemám, povídala kočička. Ale snad něco cestou najdeme. Nějaký kousek provázku nebo něco takového. Hele, rozlížel se pejsek. Tamhle myslím něco je. Koukají a byla to dlouhá dešťovka. Ležela tam rovně natažená a myslela si, že ji nikdo nevidí. Vždyť je to rovné, šťouchla do dešťovky kočka. To je tuška. Ba ne, křičel pejsek. To není žádná tuška. Vidíš, je to provázek. Vezmi ho a zašij mě ty katě. Kočička vzala dešťovku a zašila pejskovi dešťovkou katě. Tak, teď už se nikdo nebude smát. Liboval si pejsek a šli zase dál a povídali si o Sněhurce a 7 havranech. Jak tak šli, dešťovka se ze svého leknutí vzpamatovala. Já přece nejsem žádný provázek, já jsem dešťovka, pomyslela si a začala se potichu z těch katí pomalu soukat ven. Which you can see in this picture. I'm going to describe it to you afterwards, but at this point the earthworm is trying to get out of the pants, of the dog's pants. So just so you can see, this is how it looks. It looks kind of interesting, in my opinion. OK, šlo to těžko, protože kočička prošila dešťovkou díru křížem krážem, ale konečně se jí to přece jen podařilo a vyvlíkla se po lehonku až do půl ven. Tak prosím, že jsem dešťovka, řekla. To teprve bude vidět, až vylezu celá ven. Šla kolem slepice a vidí, že pejskovi vylézá z katí dešťovka. Počkejte trochu, řekla pejskovi. Tadyhle. A vyzobla a vytáhla dešťovku a spolkla ji. Tadyhle byla dešťovka a ta vám, myslím, vyžrala do Ani bych nevěřila, že dešťovky žerou také kalhoty. To by ani žádný neřekl, co je dnes na světě špatnosti. Však jsem jí za to potrestala. Snědla jsem ji a už je po ní. Kočička se dívá a vidí, že pejsek má Katě zase celé rozpárané. Vždyť to byl provázek na zašití kalhot, řekla slepici. A vy jste nám ho kmotra snědla. Čím pak teďka zašijeme pejskovi kalhoty? Ba ne, nemou duši. Byla to dešťovka a žádný provázek. To byste koukala, jak se kroutila. Dešťovky to já znám a zrovna jsem měla na dešťovku chuť. A jestli chcete ty kalhoty zašít, však taková díra v katích dělá opravdu ostudu, zvlášť dneska, na velikonoční neděli. Já sice žádnou jehlu a niť nemám, ale když půjdete o kousek dál rovně, tak tam bylí švadlena a ta vám to snad zašije. Tak teda šli pejsek s kočičkou k švadleně. Panečku, to je pořádná díra, povídá švadlena, ale dnes je velikonoční neděle a to já nešiju. Leda, že byste mě za to udělali také nějakou práci. To byste mě museli vychytat v komoře všechny myši. Sorry. Here is the picture of the chicken and the dog and the cat. Just so you can see. So now they are arriving to the dressmaker. And the dressmaker is telling them. Ale to vám povídám, ne abyste mě tam pak vypili mléko a snědli mazanec a telecí s nádivkou. Pejsek s kočičkou slíbili, že myši vychytají a že v komoře nic nesmlsají. Švadlena je zavedla do komory. Myši se lekly, pejska a kočičky a zalezly do svých děr. Postav se, pejsku, doprostřed komory a dělej tam, tancuj, vykrůcaj a já pak obstarám to ostatní. Pejsek se postavil doprostřed komory a čile se tam do kolečka vykrůcal. Jej. Začala volat kočička. To je k smíchu. Tady je pejsek v roztrhaných kaťatech a on se ještě k tomu vykrůcá. Myši byly zvědavé a chtěli se taky zasmát. So here you can see what is happening right now. So the dog is dancing in the middle of the room. And you can see a lot of mice around. Hello, Sharon. No worries about it. We are in the middle of the story. So the cat is like, to je k smíchu. Tady je pejsek v roztrhaných kaťatech a on se ještě k tomu vykrůcá. Myši byly zvědavé a chtěli se taky zasmát, tak vylezli ze svých děr, chechtali se pejskovým katím a kočka je vychytala, že tam ani jedna myš nezbyla. Dobře jste to udělali, pochválila švadlena a zašila pejskovi díru v kalhotech. A protože jste mě v komoře nic nesmlsli, tak vám dám něco sebou. Dala jim každému hrneček mléka a kus mazance a pejsek s kočičkou šli spokojeně domů. This is it. So, sorry Sharon, we were not in the middle of the story, we were actually at the end. So this was the story about how the dog ripped his pants. What did you guys think about it? For those of you who have been here from the beginning, how was it for you? Was it easy? Was it hard? Was it fast? Was it slow? How was it? Let me know. It's important for me to know for the future readings. But this was the story. Let me know if you understood anything about it. Just like a little bit. Just a little bit. But I'm going to reply to every of your questions and I'm also going to translate the whole story for you. Roberto says, byla to zábava, mám otázky, ale prostě se potřebuji naučit víc česky. For those of you who didn't understand, Roberto says, it was fun. I have questions, or you mean doubts? Doubts or questions? I just need to learn more Czech. I think, Roberto, you are on an amazing journey to learn Czech. That's for sure. And this is another step how to improve your Czech. So we are going to, questions and doubts, we are going to work on it together. No worries at all. And I think you're definitely on a good way to improve your Czech. And as I said, this is just like not important 100% to understand everything. it's really important for you to listen to a Czech speaker, and I think this is already a great first step. Roberto, you said you have questions. So what kind of questions do you have? Johan says, medium, as it's long time that I have studied Czech and your way of narration is marvelous. You spoke clearly and perfectly. I'm happy to hear that. Thank you so much for this feedback. I'm happy that you found it clear and like easily pronounced. I'm happy to hear that. So I'm gonna continue like that. So based on the pictures, we already know what was the story more or less about. So can any of you tell me what was it about? I'm just gonna drink a little bit of my tea, but feel free to tell me who were the main characters of this story. What other characters maybe appeared in this story? If you caught it, if you haven't, no worries at all. I'm gonna translate everything for you. So, Valeria said she was peeling not tomatoes, potatoes. So, okay, good. So Johan says that the main characters were dog, cat, bunny, and hen. Roberto says pes a kočka. Ano, yes. But there were also two more characters, apart from the bunny and the hen. There are actually two more. One was also an animal, and the other one was a human, actually. Did you catch who they were? If not, no worries, no worries. We are going to... The worm. Yes, Valeria, exactly. There was a worm, an earthworm. Here in the book, they were calling it dešťovka. Dešťovka. Wait, I'm going to write it. Oh my God, dešťovka. But this is a old school way how to say it. We would say žížala, žížala. Oh, worm and human. Yes, yes. But what kind of human? Do you know what human was it? Was it a woman? Was it a man? Oh, actually, wait, there was one more character. Actually, characters. They were also animals, and they were multiple of them. Actually, now when I remember about it, they were at the end of the book, of the story. So yeah, dog and cat, main characters. Then we had the bunny, then we had the hen, then we had the worm. Then there was a woman, yes, a dressmaker, švadlana, dressmaker. And then there were little animals. Exactly, Valeria. Mice. There were a lot of mice at the end. Amazing. Good job. So we already know who were the characters. So can you guys tell me what happened with the pants? How did he rip his pants? Does any of you know how the dog ripped his pants? One clue. He ripped his pants because of this guy here. He was the reason why he ripped his pants. But do you know how did it happen? It was actually pretty funny. It was I would say it was why he ripped his pants was more a question of his ego than anything else. So we can go into it, and I'm gonna translate it for you step by step. So we will start at the beginning. So the story is called How the Dog Ripped His Pants. So I'm gonna kind of translate it for you. So at the beginning of the story, they are talking about when the cat and the dog, actually, they are roommates. So they live together in one house. So one day they were hanging out in their house, and they thought that it would be nice to go on a trip. It was during the Easter. So it was Velikonoční neděle, Easter Sunday. And they said, the weather is really nice. There's a lot of sun. Let's go for a walk. Let's go to the woods. And the cat is like, yeah, let's go. That sounds like an amazing idea. And the cat is like, but we don't have the parasol, the sun umbrella. Like, it's so sunny out there, I cannot go out like this. And the dog is like, come on, it's fine. After this winter, you're all pale. There's no bad in catching some sun. You should get a little bit of sun on your skin because you're very pale. And he's like, come on, we should go already. And she's like, no, come on, like, give me some time. I need to get ready, especially on Sunday. Imagine what people would think. I have to look good, right? And look at you, dog. Look at you. Look at the way how you look. That's horrible. One of your ears is up and the other one is down. The ears should be always the same. And he's like, okay, you're right. I'm gonna straighten my ears and then we will go to the forest. So at this point, they are walking through the forest, they are enjoying, they are talking about their plans, what they are going to do. They are saying that they're going to play hide and seek, and then they're going to play the tag, and then they're just gonna lay in the grass and watch the sky. This is their plan that they are going to do. And while they were walking, suddenly there's a rabbit in the bush. And the rabbit is like, oh my God, you stupid dog. Look at your ears. That's ridiculous. One ear is up and the other one is down. That's ridiculous. And the dog gets so angry and he's like, no way that this little rabbit is going to laugh at me. I'm going to do something about it. And then he gets very angry and he runs to the bush to catch this rabbit. But of course, the rabbit was way faster. And then the dog was like, no, there's no point in chasing him. I'm going to go back to the cat. And the cat is like, yeah, that was pointless. You just, that was pointless. You shouldn't have done that. And then they continue their walk. And now they are naming here like so many names like of people, of kids that were passing by. So they said that while they were walking, suddenly there was Milan and Milena, Mimi and Helenka, Vierka and Alenka, Otík and Boženka, and Zorka, and many other kids. So all of these kids were walking and they were like, wow, dog and a cat walking together. That's so cute. That's literally what they say. But then they turned around because they were passing like this. The kids were like this and the cat and dog were like this. And while they were passing, the kids turned around and they looked to the dog and they were like, ha ha ha, ha ha ha, I see your, they don't say but they see that he ripped his pants. And they're like, ha ha ha, we see your pants. You have like a gigantic hole in your pants. That's awkward, ha ha ha. And the kids start laughing so much at the dog. And the dog is like, these kids are joking, right? Right, cat? They are joking, aren't they? And the cat walks around the dog and she actually sees that he has ripped pants. And she's like, oh my God, what a shame, dog. I'm walking next to you and you have ripped pants. What a shame. Yeah. So the dog is like, don't you have some needle and thread? And the cat is like, no, I don't have anything like that, but maybe along the way we find something. And then the dog is like, look, I see something. There's something there. And they see the earthworm. And the cat is like, but that's not I mean, it's straight. How am I going to use this for your pants? And he's like, no, look, it's actually a thread. He thought it was a thread. And he's like, take the thread and sew my pants. Because at this point, they didn't know it was an earthworm. They thought it was a simple thread, a string. So the cat takes the earthworm and she sews the pants of the dog. So like this is how he looks like. He has an earthworm in his pants because they thought it was a string. So they continue walking, they keep talking, enjoying the sun. But at some point, the earthworm is like, what the hell is happening? Why am I in these pants? I'm not a string. I am an earthworm. That's literally what she says. Já přece nejsem žádný provázek, já jsem dešťovka. I'm not a string. I'm an earthworm. How am I going to escape from here? So she's trying to escape, but she can't because she's tied like the cat did really good job and she tied her very tight. And suddenly like the earthworm is like trying to get out of the pants, and after that comes a hen, and she walks past the dog and the cat, and she sees that there's a piece of the earthworm sticking out of his pants, and she's like, oh, there's no way, there's an earthworm. I feel like eating an earthworm actually. So she goes to the dog and she eats the worm from his pants. Yeah, she goes to him and she eats the worm. This is the hen, slepice. And then she's like, just so you know, you had an earthworm in your butt, so I took it just in case. And then she's like, yeah, I had no idea that nowadays the earthworms also eat pens. The world is going crazy. That's what she said. and the cat is like, no way. You have a hole in your pants again. It was a string. Why did you take it, you stupid hen? And she's like, no, it was not a string. It was an earthworm. So now they're kind of arguing, like, why did you eat our string? And she's like, it was not a string, it was an earthworm. And then they're like, okay, so do you have anything that we could sew these pants with? And the hen is like, unfortunately, I don't have anything. But if you continue a little bit further, straight forward, there is a house of the dressmaker, and she can sew up your pants. So they walk, they continue. And eventually they arrive to the dressmaker, and the dressmaker is like, wow, what a big hole in these pants. That's horrible. But it's an Easter Sunday, so I don't work. Unless you help me with mice in my room. In that case, I can sew up your pants. But you should definitely not eat anything in my room, in my kitchen, because I have their milk, and I have their Easter cake, and I also have their wheel with stuffing. So don't you dare touching that. Yeah, just take care of the mice. So they were like, okay, we promise we will not eat anything, and we will get rid of your mice, and then you will please sew up my pants, right? And now, how did they do it? So the cat and the dog come to the kitchen, and all the mice are so scared to death, and they run away. And now they are thinking, how are we going to do that? They are all hidden. And then the cat gets an amazing idea, and she tells, and this is very funny because I don't know, like this was written 100 years ago, but so the cat gets this amazing idea to humiliate the dog, literally, because he already has a hole in his pants. So she literally tells him, dog, go and stand in the middle of the kitchen, and literally she's telling him to twerk, kinda. She's like saying this old way, like vykrucať sa, which is like I would say it's even in Slovak. It's not like, it's like Moravian accent. It's not how we say in Czech. But she says, tancuj, tancuj, vykrucaj, which is this Moravian song. And she basically tells him to dance with his ripped pants in the middle of the kitchen. And then she's like, then he's already dancing. And then she's like, hey, mice, look at that. This silly dog. look at that. He's dancing here and he has a hole in his pants. What a silly guy. Haha, you have to come and look. And the mice come from the holes to look at the dog dancing, and they can't stop laughing about it. And they're like, ha ha ha, what a stupid dog. And then the cat just takes them all and gets rid of them. And then the dressmaker is like, oh my God, you got rid of all the mice. Okay, now I'm going to sew up your pants. And because you didn't eat anything from my kitchen, I'm going to give you a little bit of some, what did she give them? She gave them milk and an Easter cake. And then they went home. The end. Again, this is a book from my childhood. I didn't know it was like this. Again, I haven't read this book in like 20 years. I'm not joking. 20 years. So now reading it again, it feels like such a nostalgia. And I don't remember this being so funny. Like the dog is like with his whole butt, this entire story, walking around, and the cat is just making fun of him. And then she makes a cherry on top and she humiliates him in front of the mice, and she tells them, haha, come, this stupid dog is dancing in the middle of the room, come and look. In my opinion, it's pretty hilarious. So as the previous story that we read, when they were wiping the floor with each other, I think that was also hilarious. Guys, what did you think about this story? Be honest. I will take that. It's fine. Just tell me your opinions. Did you like it? Did you not like it? Tell me anything. So you didn't remember these stories. I just remember two of the stories of Pesek and Kočička, and this one I totally did not remember. I remembered the one that we read previously, and then I remember the one where they are going to bake a birthday cake, which is very, very funny. But I didn't remember this one. No. I'd say it was different, but funny. Yeah, it was. It was different a lot when I think about it. Like a different children's story, for sure. Johan says, I like this story. It gave me childhood vibes. Like it reflects the stories which we used to hear in childhood. Yes. I mean, tell me, guys, whose parents read stories to them before going to sleep? Is it common in your countries to read bedtime stories? I mean, yeah, I totally didn't remember it like this. I knew this book, but it's just like very, like now I look at it with very different eyes, very different optics. And now I see that it's like so forward, like this book was written 100 years ago. And until today, we are laughing at these stories. And it's been so long, and even kids today love these. So I think that's pretty revolutionary. Roberta says it was funny and simple, got to learn tons of new words. This author writes all stories like this? Yeah, I mean, not all stories. Actually, he has, this is actually funny because this author, Josef Čapek, is the brother of Karel Čapek, the famous author, who you probably know thanks to the word robot. They were brothers. And Josef Čapek was specializing more on books, more on sci-fi, futuristic, dystopian literature. But a lot of people think that Karel Čapek is the one who invented the word robot, but in fact, it came from his brother, Josef. But everybody remembers it because of Karel. So definitely check this book. I was already talking about it in the previous live stream, but I bought this book in Levné knihy. This is a bookstore that has several locations, not just in Prague, but also around the whole country. And you can buy this book there and many others. And it was 99 crowns, 99. So it's like around €4. And I think it's also like, I mean, the letters are pretty big. As you can see, the chapters are very short. So I think this is a perfect way how to learn the language. Like, hearing is one thing, but also if you have the book in front of you and just underline the words, like that's what I do. Like here I wrote some of the words, and I think it's nice. Like if it's your book, you can just underline, highlight anything. So I think it's pretty interesting. So Levné knihy has this book. You can buy it anywhere in any other bookstore, and you can also find its PDF online for free. I was wondering if that was the case. The word robot came from Yusuf. Wow, I didn't know that. So cool. Thank you for sharing, Dani. Thank you so much. Yes. It did. It did. And you are welcome. Sharon is asking how many stories does it have? That's a good question. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10. 10. It has 10 stories. So yeah, you have, wait, what is that? More than one, blah, blah, blah. Can you guys still hear me? Because I see there is like some error. Can you guys hear me and see me? Yeah, Roberto says yes. Okay, so yes, perfect. Thank you. Randall, you are here as well. Why didn't you say anything? How long have you been here? Have you been listening to the entire story? Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much for your feedback. I really appreciate that. Yes. So apparently it's good. Thank you for the feedback. So yeah, this was the second story. The next story, if you'd like to know what is it gonna be about, and this one is gonna be fun because it's also about history, because this one is gonna be called Jak pejsek s kočičkou slavili 28. říjen. So that is how the cat and the dog celebrated the 28th of October. Does any of you know what is the 28th of October famous? Why is it famous for us Czechs? Let me know. I'm curious if you know about the 28th of December. Yes, jak pejsek s kočičkou slavili 28. říjen. Yes, exactly. Do you know what happened on the 28th of October? This is a pretty important date in our history. Definitely. Okay. Johan, is the Slovak language mixed in it due to Czechoslovak? Actually, yeah, at that time when this book was written, it was still Czechoslovakia. But I would say that was just part of this song, because she was telling him this, Tancuj, tancuj, vykrúcaj, which is a name of a song back then, probably very famous. So that song was Slovak, so that's why they wrote it there. Yes, so I think it's because of that. Let me see. Independence of Czechoslovak state. Yes. Freedom from Nazi and Soviet. No, it was actually 28th of October, 1918. So this is what happened. That's the establishment of the Czechoslovak Republic. That's when Czechoslovakia became an independent state. So we are going to have a look at this, how the cat and the dog celebrated this day. I'm pretty curious, how can a dog and a cat celebrate such a day? Here you can see some picture with flags and stuff. So I think that will be pretty interesting. So there is this picture, then there must be another. Oh my god, that's so cute. Look at that. There are other two pictures like that. So the cat holding a dog and the dog holding a cat with the flags. I'm curious about that. That's going to be interesting. Okay. Oh, and then there's another one. Wow. Okay, I'm more and more excited to read more of this book. Guys, next week we're gonna read this. You count with that, right? Hope you will come as well. Same time, same place. My YouTube channel, 7:30. I want to see you here. I want to read more. How do you feel about that? Did you like this? Did you enjoy that? Let me know more. I'm curious your opinion. For sure, I'll be more than happy to know how you like that. And okay, Johan is eagerly waiting. I'm happy to hear that. I'm happy to hear that. Yes, so me too, me too. I'm really excited. I really like this concept. And I'm gonna also post about it on my Instagram so you don't forget about that. But I would definitely suggest you finding this book online, maybe, because there is a free PDF. The book is called Povídání o pejskovi a kočičce. Jak spolu hospodařili a ještě všelijakých jiných věcech. But you can just write Pejsek a kočička and that's more than enough. But I'm very happy that you guys enjoyed that. Let me know your thoughts about the story, about the upcoming chapters, if you're going to come here as well. And I wanted to let you know, I see that most of you here are already my students, which I love, which is very, very amazing. Thank you so much. But those of you who are not my students, I just wanted to let you know real quick that I just opened the registrations to my Czech master courses, A1, A2, and B1 levels. And now newly, I also opened another mini course called Travel Czechia with Dani. And this course will help you around the Czech Republic. We will learn how to navigate through the city of Prague. So I'm going to teach you how to buy the public transport ticket, where to go to a park, where to go for a beer, where to go to a cafe and stuff like that. And then the other two modules will be focused on places to visit from Prague, either by bus or by train. And I think this is something very important because I feel that when people come and visit the Czech Republic, they usually stay just in Prague. And I want you guys to also know that there's so much more to uncover. And I want you to know that it's not that difficult to get there. So that's what I also decided to put in this course. So you can also get a broader idea of my country. But those of you who are already my students and would like to maybe continue with some upcoming courses, let me know and I will send you a link to it. But Valeria says, I enjoyed for sure. Johan says, very much enjoyed this story. Also motivated me to sleep. I was in bed to get a proper bedtime story vibe. I love that. That's why we are here. And I know that your time is even like 2 hours later than ours, right? So like that's perfect. That's a perfect timing. I myself feel sleepy now. So I think I'm also going to get to bed early. Thank you so much, guys, for coming. You have no idea how much I appreciate that. Really, really much. I'm really happy. Thank you so much for coming. And I hope to see you next week. Next week, same time, same place. I'm going to let you know. So I hope you will have a proper sleep after this bedtime story about a cat humiliating a dog. And thank you so much. You're welcome, Valeria. Sweet dreams to you, Johan, too. Thank you so much, guys. Have a great day. Bye.